My dad is trending all over the World Wide Web right now. Worldwide. I got somebody tweet me in Japanese about my dad.
Every single website has picked him up.
He's going to be tough to handle. Going to be tough to handle. This guy's a bigger internet star than any of us. Any of us in here. Tim McAfee. Got tweets from NBC asking me if they could use it. Excuse me, can we use it? Yeah, let's negotiate the terms here. Let's talk about it. It could be on Nightly News. Could be on any of our shows. What do you say? I'm like, yeah, you got it. Take it.
Did you end up saying take it?
Yeah, just have it. Thanks.
Pat, you really put up a tough battle there. The negotiations.
You guys heard about how I negotiated down in Mexico, Cozumel with the luchador mask. Got $5 off. I'm a tough negotiator. People know that. People know that.
I just negotiated in New York.
What's that?
Bracelet guy.
What you get?
I got 2 bracelets
for the club
were for a total of 30. I said I got a 20 on me. They said deal.
Are they like positive chi bracelets? Yeah. Of course, right there on the side of the street there in New York City.
I feel so good now.
That's awesome. That is absolutely. You should. The better vibe you got.
Yeah, I got. It's a vibe.
I think my dad might start wearing those. I think Tim might change. I'm worried about it. He was wearing them Jordan shoes too at the house, which are very clean. They're like 2 years old. I assume. And I mentioned this earlier. I assume he only wears them when I'm around, so he knows if I'm going to be
safe bet
because you got them for him.
Because I bought them for him. And he's like, this fucking kid. There's a swear jar. This kid got me these shoes that I hate, but I'll wear them because he bought them for me. They look brand new. They look like they're fresh out the box every time he comes over to the house. Brand new. Wearing them on the carpet too. A lot of people tweeting like, hey, you ain't got no furniture and you're just wearing shoes on the white carpet. And I'm like, yeah, those shoes do look really clean, didn't they? Yeah.
Maybe Tim's a sneaky sneakerhead. Like he just goes home, he cleans them up, puts them back in the box. And
No, he is not. I promise you, he is not. He's doing a CF Martin guitar ad read right there in the middle of that whole viral thing.
That was a good plug for him.
The T-shirt, he loves guitars. He's just hoping to get a free guitar out of this whole thing. Hey, you think they'll see my shirt?
Do you think he's going to get like a corny viral nickname? Like,
yeah, they're going in and out of the news. Like, Dad pulls off amazing ninja-like Jenga set. They're going to call him Block Dad. Or
Block Dad, or like Jenga Dad, or Dad McAfee or something.
Oh, Tim can't wait for that. I can't wait to hear his response.
You know how at the end of the year when they like look over like all the viral stars?
Oh.
Like, 2018 viral stars.
Block Dad.
Block Dad. You remember him.
How's it going? This is Block Dad.
Where is he now?
He's doing ad reads.
He's going to be making appearances in like a year from now selling merch.
That's what I'm calling him from now on. He's Block Dad to me.
Block Dad.
That was the happiest I've seen Tim McAfee in a long time after he made that happen. It was like genuine happiness. And that spurred the McAfeeBlockParty.com, by the way. Spurred the whole thing. My dad is he's good with wood. Like that's what he does literally every single day is wood. And that block set was made out of wood. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he experienced it, he was like, wait a minute, this is something I should be involved with. I was like, Dad, you are technically the greatest block player of all time. I mean, I don't think a lot of people can do what you just did. 11-inch pieces of wood, 2x4s? Are you kidding me?
There was like 23 on top.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Of that, I think it was like 21 or 23 above the one he yanked out.
Are you kidding me?
It was like 28 below or 26 below.
Well, there's 23, there's 31. So it's 54 altogether.
Okay. I don't know who did the math here, but Zito told me the odds of that happening were 1.5 million to 1. I'm not sure.
Just whips it out his first time.
I'm not sure who came up with those odds, Zito.
So now we're in the business, though. Now Tim McAfee is making, because he's like, it was a simple fit, because they were hard to find. They were very expensive. How much were they tied? 200 and some?
Yeah, roughly anywhere from 200 to 300 bucks.
My dad, I ain't, no way we doing that. So he found the price. He told Jay to look. Hey, Jay, look up about 12-foot Douglas fir. Look up about 12-foot. What do you say, kiln?
Kiln blown or something like that.
Kiln dried.
Kiln dried. Hey, Jay, look up 12-foot Douglas fir kiln dried 2x4s. I'm like, what is that? He's like, I think we can make this. And we did. My dad's going to start whipping these things out, I think, tomorrow. Just going to be up and at him. Got all the tools, all the machines, because he does cabinet finishing.
Well, he has to. I mean, you launched the site, so.
Yeah, McAfeeBlockParty.com.
Like,
what if 1,000 people order? You're going to have to outsource, dude.
You have a business. You have
you have the fucking 1,000 sets, dog.
We want more than 1,000.
I can't wait till they make a movie about this. And they call it
10,000. Let's say 10,000.
Block Dad.
You have to hire you have to buy a new shop.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this whole thing, is to have to do that. That's because we know the wood supplier.
Yeah.
We got wood people all around the state. I mean, we got the wood
You can make it happen.
We got the wood kid. We got a guy. We got the wood. Tim McAfee is the wood plug. He's the wood plug. He's the wood plug.
So he's Frank Lucas.
Yeah, and it's a wood business. It's like this seems like a natural fit here.
I heard he went out. He went to another country and found a wood plug.
It's a hack operation
the wood
of blow.
plug.
It's a hack operation of blow.
Same shit.
No, we're in a good spot. We honestly believe that if you buy this, no matter what event you are at, will become better. People will talk to each other. It's an easy thing to do. And whenever whoever loses, there's only one loser. It's catastrophic. That person is a big time loser. Everybody else is happy. It's easy to do. I honestly believe that this could change the world. Every family gathering turns into a political debate. Not anymore. Whenever you go out to bars, you don't know what to say. Here we go. Put this here. You're at a tailgate event. Bang. Here we go. Put drinks on top of it. I'm excited for the potential of this, especially because I saw how happy my dad was. As soon as I saw how happy Tim McAfee was, and then he started like, I think we can make these. I was like, if it brings that type of happiness to somebody, I mean, I feel like this is something we could sell.
Raise the stakes a little bit. Put your newborn baby on top of it.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Way up. Do it even higher up,
Yeah,
too.
because it's 18 layers of beautiful 3x2x4s. Douglas fir. Put the baby right there on top. This is pristine wood.
Play for keeps.
This ain't plastic. This is real. And you can get it customized, can't you, Diggs?
You could get it customized 20 characters or less.
Yep.
You're going to get a laser fucking etched in there.
Yep. We got a business, man.
I think
it's a
the
real
best-
business.
the
Tim
best
McAfee might be
place-
doing this for the rest of his
My
life.
favorite place to do it is I've done it camping out in the woods. I've played with these large block sets. I've done it at tailgates. Anytime you're day drinking, it's great for it.
Yeah, every bar that has a day drinking operation should have this.
Yes.
For sure.
Like a back patio, just set it out in the middle out there. Maybe not just one.
Yeah, we need to be hustling these at all
Multiple sets.
We need to be
multiple
hustling
sets.
these at these bars around here.
Yeah.
We should get a team of like college kids to go to college bars too and give them a percentage of the sale if they sell it. That's what we should do. We should go ahead and take this by storm here.
Let's take this statewide, Pat.
The amount of happiness that game can bring is something that deserves to be out there.
I know a lot of bars around here that have back decks and back porches that could for sure use a couple of these.
As long as Polar Vortex keeps his ass out of the town.
Guy needs his fucking
Out of the town!
kick rocks.
6 inches of snow on April 2nd. What are you doing? What is he doing?
I don't
Dude,
know.
he won't tell me nothing.
The day Jesus didn't come back. 2018 years running. Still hasn't come back. We've been waiting. Cuzzo's been waiting for Cuzzy to come back for a long time. A lot of people wasted their entire lives waiting for this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Millennia.
People have been waiting. And we thought last night was the night. And then John Legend came and said, I'm about to say him. I'm about to say him.
I haven't been waiting.
I'm Jesus Christ, superstar. That was wild. Did you guys watch that?
No, I was flying. We were
I don't
flying.
have cable.
I did. I watched something else. That's hilarious. I did watch something else too. My lady wanted me to talk about it. Oh yeah, I watched this outlaw biker gang docu-series.
Like a real one?
Yeah, it was about what happened in Canada. Nicest people.
Canada's biker gangs?
Oh, there was decapitations happening up there in Manitoba.
Oh,
up there in
all the way up
Manitoba.
Well,
All the way up there in Manitoba.
you don't want to. Hey, it's pretty hard to be a fuck. You know how hard you got to be a motorcycle gang in Canada? It's like It's like 9 degrees below zero. You're just like,
I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about them fighting against Polar Vortex the entire. They're not at war with other gangs. They're at war with nature. Just one thing. They was bad though.
So they think they're the cartel?
They were murdering people. They were selling drugs. This guy named Darwin was up to no good, cuz he was up to no good. Almost got his brother killed a couple times. Everybody was trying to get Hell's Angel patched.
Yeah.
So they're like Hell's Angels would come in and they would like select a team, basically like a gang, and they would just be like, "You're a Hell's Angels now." So now they're connected to the network of all their drug supply stuff.
It's a good franchise.
But
Great
yeah, it's actually you
franchise.
get franchised by a biker gang. But they're looking for certain things, Nick. I learned this in the Outlaw Biker docuseries. You gotta be professional. You know, you gotta be very professional. You gotta be sly. You got to have a good business operation. You can't be a lunatic. You can't be crazy. And all these guys are about to get patched by Hell's Angels, and then all of a sudden people just start killing each other. They're like, oh, well, can't do that.
It's not good for business.
Can't do that. Not good for
They
business.
should have used LinkedIn. It's not an ad, is it? We don't.
ZipRecruiter.
you fucking goof.
ZipRecruiter. They didn't pay for today, though, so they can go to hell.
In his defense, we've had LinkedIn in the past too.
Who has?
We maybe not. We definitely have.
Somebody had it.
Well, we got ZipRecruiter up here.
Should have used ZipRecruiter, dummies.
Have a little respect. It was awesome to watch, though. Like, back in the day, man, Nobody gave a single damn about anything. I mean, that Goodfellas movie, there has to be some truth in there, obviously. People just walking around shooting people. Dude. Bing, bang, boom, you're dead. Nobody ever heard about, hey, by the way, you didn't see nothing, and I'm gone. Never see this person again. Now, if anything happens, Dateline, you're on 45 different cameras. They got you they got cell phones pinging from where you were, your gas even. They can get you from getting gas. You're caught.
Transaction receipts from your credit cards?
Back in the day, it was just people running around. Dudes got decapitated at a bar. And nobody knew who it was. Decapitated in public. Unbelievable.
Those were the days.
So it's tough, though, to talk to those guys who were like parents, though. You know, like explain to them like how bullying is so rough. And they're sitting there at the bar like, you know, I saw Mikey and Johnny literally get their heads cut off 2 seats away from me. And you want me to talk about somebody tweeting you something rude. Like, it's very difficult for them to understand that. And I think it all makes sense. The more and more I watch about what the old days were, the more and more I understand why there's such a disconnect.
Yeah, there used to be respect.
Yeah, it's not. There used to be nobody knew anything. Nobody knew what was
too,
going
but yeah,
on.
there was respect.
Yeah. Now it's like everybody knows everything. It's just like, you can't. Back in the day, I don't know how they lived. That's so much freedom. So much freedom. It was like, what's that movie called? Where you just get to kill people for 24 hours?
Purge.
It was like some people were living like the Purge every day of their life back in the
and
day.
it got so bad that sometimes people got whacked when they weren't out of line.
What's that from?
Goodfellas.
I missed it.
You got to watch the movie about 40 times. You'll be on board.
I don't shine shoes no more, Tommy. I do know that. Got him, though. That little line right there.
Got him.
Why do you have to go
Billy
after
Bats.
him?
Ego. That guy had the fucking pride and ego.
Dude.
Tommy was unbelievable.
Can you imagine if you could go back and just give them Twitter and see how they would?
It would be over. How would they? They would be. It's like back whenever everybody got Twitter, they thought it was like a text message situation.
Yep.
Diggs was using it. Diggs went back through his thing. It was just he was using it as a text message, like "What up, Bill?" Like
really
publicly.
was. Wild.
No, then what are you doing? Oh, we won't come. Okay, see you later. We'll see you there. Yeah, don't invite insert name here. Like public tweets. People had no idea.
Yo, Iceman, I need you to kill this guy.
Yeah, now it's back in the day. Richard Koklinski. That guy would have 1 million followers.
You know, that is one thing I have a problem with. I think Jimmy or Henry should have fucking talked a little sense into Tommy after they left, before he came back to the bar when they fucking all helped.
But yeah, they helped. They didn't care. They just helped when he got back.
Yeah, they should have known the rules, though. You can't fucking make a move on a made guy. This Billy Bats thing was a real situation.
What are you talking about?
And Goodfellas.
Shining
Goodfellas.
shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had just gotten out of jail after a long time. Billy Bats, and he's a made guy.
Yeah, I know that. But we're talking about Richard Koklinski having 1 million followers on Twitter. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if these dudes had Twitter?
I don't think they would have used it.
No.
No, because I mean, even at one point, Henry says that the only record you'd ever have of him is his fucking birth certificate. He never had a credit card.
He would have made a Twitter.
Yeah.
Instead of telling him he don't shine shoes no more, we'll just send him a GIF.
He would have sent him a fucking tweet.
Would have been like a head cut off, like a slash.
Like this, just a gif of a guy shining shoes. At Tommy.
A little slice of the throat. That'd be incredible. It's a wild world. It's so incredibly different, like back in the day to now. It's two full different societies.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how the world can change that much that quick. And then you start thinking about it. Just 2,000 years ago, they thought a guy was walking on water. So it's pretty crazy.
Still waiting for him to show his face.
You know what? John Legend can really sing. John Legend's got some pipes.
He is a
on
great
him.
singer.
He just did a lot of gazing, though. Not a lot of talking out of Jesus and the Jesus Christ Superstar. Everybody else seemed to do a lot of talking for him, which makes sense because that's the book, isn't it? That's the book. Yeah. Everybody else talking for him.
If you don't talk a lot, you become mysterious.
I don't know. You read that book, he sounds awful preachy.
Who?
Jesus.
Well, I assume that's in his nature.
Does he have a chapter?
No, but they're all talking about all the things he was preaching about.
Yeah, but who was he preaching them to? Them?
Yeah.
And they were.
Guy was always preaching.
On the show, he was not. He just did a lot of walking, a lot of gazing. He's got the like he got off a horse bow-legged. John Legend's a bit bow-legged. I noticed that while he was walking around. He's a handsome fellow who can sing well. He's doing life good.
Yeah.
And he was Jesus Christ. Superstar. NBC said it was awesome because they had to. All their shows said it was awesome because I didn't understand it. I guess you're supposed to know the book a little bit more. I don't know the book enough. I didn't know where they were, who was doing what. I saw the Italian come in. I knew what was about to happen. Death is coming. And then they wouldn't stay up with him the night before he got crucified. What's going on? Jesus needs better friends.
This was like a school situation where you had to read the chapter and then you came in the next day to talk about it?
Yeah, it was a lot like that because I think this was, and I did some research today.
Yeah.
I guess it's the last 4 days of Jesus' life. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Would have never known that going in. Would have never known that. They didn't even have cap at the beginning, like set the stage.
Did he have a good last 4 days or no?
No.
What do you think?
No.
I didn't know if like it was like a good 3 days, and then on the very last day we're like, nah, you're fucked.
What do you?
I would rather watch Braveheart again. It's basically the same fucking story.
I've
if you got
never
it.
been to church.
Oh my God! Was it a good last 4 days?
Did
What
it-
do you think?
I know less
Diggs?
than zero.
Did it cover him carrying the cross?
No, he just got strapped to it with Velcro. He got strapped to it with Velcro and he was standing.
That's The Passion. Have you ever seen The Passion?
That's with Bruce Willis.
No.
Yeah, you get it.
Mel Gibson directed it.
Same guy.
Yeah, right.
Those two.
You get it.
No, I don't think so. Actually, I think Mel Gibson and Bruce, two different guys, right?
Yeah.
They're very different.
That's a pretty wild movie. You should watch that.
Who?
The Passion of the Christ.
I think I'm in. What is that? Do they lead off with? By the way, that's what they should have done with Jesus Christ Superstar. They should have let it off. They had like an electric guitar lead off with this thing. I don't know what it was. It made no sense to me. I didn't get it. But not once did they put like 4 days before AD happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 4 days before AD.
Like time and place should have.
Yeah, like 24, 48, what is that? 96 hours before AD.
Yeah.
96 hours AD.
It
is
should
what
have been like
said.
it should have been like the show 24.
Yeah, like
the
a
countdown
24
clock.
episode.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what it should have been. It would have. Now, granted, I assume a lot of people were supposed to know that, though. Like my lady and I assume that most people do know that that's the last 4 days, and you know who the good guy is, who the bad guy is. Because Aaron Burr, I'm a theater nerd. I've seen Hamilton. My Aaron Burr in Hamilton was Judah, and at the beginning he was the whole show, and it's like, no, he's bad guy.
Judas.
Who?
Judas.
Don't you correct me?
You were saying Judah earlier on radio, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not right.
Well, nobody corrected me for 3 hours. Judas?
I thought it was
Yeah.
funnier, yeah, so I just said
Judas is the guy's
Well,
name?
we didn't because we didn't get a chance to watch it, so I thought maybe they changed the name for the fucking Superstar edition.
You knew his name was Judas?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, aren't you just
Judas
so,
Priest. You sure?
Who?
Judas Priest.
Nah, Judas was the black guy last night. He sang good. Had a sleeveless on. Had a tattoo across his chest. Had a Illuminati tattoo, by the way.
It's the same name. Like if you say Judah or Judas, it's the same person. People get it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it is a person?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a guy. He was just Aaron Burr, sir.
Oh, so
Same
he
guy.
was
Yeah, he
Judah
betrayed
last night.
Jesus.
He killed Hamilton, literally.
I did know that part.
That guy killed Hamilton, and then he was the reason why Jesus died. He took him to the Italians who had a mohawk. The Italians had a mohawk. It
I
was
know.
Wild.
Judas. I know Benedict.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Same
I know
war.
Mark Antony.
Great salsa dancer with Will Smith just a week ago.
These are guys I look up to.
I think Mark Anthony
It's a good
did
list.
some terrible thing.
Yeah, he killed Caesar.
No, what? No, he
Yeah.
did salsa with Will Smith literally last week. The Jesus thing was so interesting. He's very dramatic. Very dramatic, Jesus is. Like the start was the light behind him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And all I wanted him to do was you know, when he came out, he didn't. He just
didn't?
walked it off, and Judas started yelling at him, singing at
Was
him.
there a gospel? Was there like 8 people standing to the side?
There was a lot of singing with a lot of people there. A lot of singing. And there, it wasn't really, I didn't get it. I didn't know what was going on. I knew they could all sing good. Like they all sang good. Alice Cooper came in.
Wild.
Alice Cooper looked wild. He looked like he's lived, by the way.
He
has.
He has.
Didn't he come out and say he died a couple times or something like that? Judas, he said something like very recent, like Alice Cooper admits to something happening here. Maybe he almost died during a stunt. He used to do death-defying stunts, I guess, during his concerts.
Really?
Yeah, and he almost died, I guess. Alice Cooper has lived a hell of a life. What band was he in?
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. He also had Alice Cooper's restaurant downtown Phoenix. I just know that.
I thought he was like a part of a band. He's not. He's his own band.
I used to always
He was the
confuse
front man, yeah.
He's a one-man band. Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper and Alice in Chains. I used to always confuse them.
I thought he was the guy from that movie.
Rooster, great song.
Oh, he when he tried to fake hang himself on stage, but he almost accidentally did.
Yeah, I knew I seen something.
Forgot about that.
He almost died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he almost died a couple times. He came out looking like death, but he had a great gimmick last night. He was the bad guy. He was a heel. He was against Jesus, and he was a heel.
He was like the OG Marilyn Manson.
Alice Cooper was?
Yeah, not as extreme, I don't think. But maybe for that time, maybe he was. I don't know.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson sound. That's what I think of when I hear him.
How's it go?
He does the remix with Eminem.
It's a line in the song. That's why he brings him out. He said, when a dude's getting bullied and shoots up a school and they blame it on Maryland and the heroin, where were the parents at? And look where it's at. Middle America.
That's great wordplay. Not a lot of M&Ms in the world anymore, is there?
No.
I mean, there really isn't. There's no Kendrick Lamar, I guess, spits it real
the
hard.
only name I was going to say.
Marilyn Manson is the more modern Alice Cooper. Is that what you're saying?
I think that's safe to say. Someone will probably come after me for that, but I think it's the same. Like, you get it.
You get it.
Yeah.
Get it?
Alice Cooper looked wild. And Marilyn Manson does look wild. I mean, that is...
It was like Alice and Ozzy back in the day were like the two guys.
Ozzy ate the bird? The head?
The bat. Yeah.
The bat. What? Not just the bird, too, that you nose clean. Probably one that definitely has AIDS, right? That's, you know what bats are known
I think
for?
all bats have rabies.
Ozzy still
That's
alive?
the one, not AIDS.
Ozzy is alive.
Ozzy is alive. Him and his son. There's a I watched a documentary about him touring across America. He was in Indianapolis at one point.
Nice.
It was funny. He's a funny old dude.
I don't think I liked.
He's a funny old dude.
I don't
Him
think
and
I
Lita
liked the
Ford.
Sun. Did anyone like the Sun when that show was on? I don't think so.
I don't-
Jack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the heel of the show for sure. Yeah, he's the guy you're not supposed to like. But in this video, he was good. Him and his dad touring across the country. He really does just kind of bicker words out. And then there's some greatness that comes out. It's like Ursay. When you're talking to Ursay, it's like you got to dance through the filler, and then there's like some magical words coming out. Holy hell, this dude has lived. Did you know that Devour offers premium frozen meals in a variety of craveable flavors that most freezer aisles have only dreamed of?
Right in the frozen section.
Right there. From ooey gooey cheese to tender Angus beef, spicy sausage, and crispy bacon, Devour has a meal to satisfy every single craving. Try meals like buffalo chicken mac and cheese, crispy breaded chicken, and pasta shells swimming in a creamy buffalo cheddar sauce with the perfect amount of heat and kick. But good kick, cuz. All topped off with crumbled blue cheese or tender Angus beef slathered in a sweet and smoky sauce with a roasted corn potato hash in smoky Southwest style seasoning. All Devour meals are designed to go from the freezer to your mouth in just a matter of minutes. So put down that boring frozen pot pie and try Devour today. Devour, the taste of your dreams. They are so good.
Big Devour guy.
Everything's about efficiency these days. And these incredible frozen foods go straight from the frozen food aisle into your cart, into the car, into your house, into the thing, into your mouth in just minutes. Unbelievable. My dad is still trending. My father's still trending. Life is good. Aaron Donald was training with knives this past weekend. It is absolutely absurd. One of the most absurd things I've ever. That's only in movies, cuz. That's why he's so good, though. Him and the guy training with knives is next to Ndamukong Suh, the guy that kicked people with knives. It's unbelievable. Marquette King was cut by the Raiders. This was a predictable thing. He was an expensive punter whenever you look across the board. And John Gruden was not down with a lot of personality from the specialist position, kind of a dude. I think all positions, by the way. I don't think it's just punter. I think it's all positions. I think he's just, listen, his thing was called Gruden's Grinder. That was the award he gave out. Like the people who weren't known for much and just worked hard and did their job. That's Gruden's style. Marquette had a lot of personality. He had a lot of dumb penalties, too. We're not going to lie about that. There was a lot of dumb penalties. But it's also what he offered on the plus side was amazing. Incredible. One of the best punters in the league right now. He'll land on his feet somewhere, but this was a very predictable outcome. We all saw this coming. The internet was very surprised by it, but I'm assuming I've said this in months and months ago that this was probably going to happen.
Yeah, I saw a few people reach out to you, like journalists, explain this to me, Pat.
Yeah, well, this is obvious. It's just like any other position. Why don't you just look at it exactly how you look at a wide receiver position or anything like that? If a personality conflict occurs and one of them's getting paid $100 million, it don't matter what the other one's making. See ya! He'll do well, though. He'll land somewhere and it'll be perfect. The Rock opened up up about his battles with depression. I guess when you're on top of the world, it must be tough. Because he really is. A lot of people talk about this, right? I mean, this is something we talked about, I think, last week. Robin Williams, Britney Spears, all these people. Once you get to the top of the world, I think the pressure is so hard, and you can't trust anybody.
T Swift.
You can't trust anybody. Yeah, exactly. Taylor Swift. You can't trust anybody because you think everybody's out to get you. So it becomes a very lonely place, I assume. The Rock is just a monster. He's one of the hardest working humans on earth. You never see him stop.
Do you think that could be a reason for the depression? Just because he's so overworked?
He's working so hard, and if you don't get to smell the roses every once in a while, I mean, it really changes the game. same. I worry about that here a lot because we're here so long and we do so much. I'm always like, man, I retired to enjoy the hell out of something. I mean, we got to get to that point at some point.
He could probably use someone saying, "Hey, Rock, maybe you sit this next movie out."
Yeah, I think.
know?
Well, but then on the other hand, you got like, hey, man, you got an agent probably that's next to you. Like, dude, we can rake in another 60, 70 million.
Maybe you don't have to say yes to every script that gets passed in front of you.
But what if it's live by the sword, die by the sword, and that's the only way he knows? What if that's the only way The Rock knows? What if that's the only way? Then it's just going to be an interesting of him figuring himself out. It's sad because he's a guy that everybody looks up to. Everybody looks up to The Rock. You just hope he's living his best life, but who
He
knows?
should just go back to WWE. Seemed happy then.
He was so entertaining in the WWE.
I know.
He's making like $35 million per movie.
But he doesn't need
can't turn
anymore.
that down. Yeah, but I think he wants to be a mogul. He wants to have his production company be the one that's pulling all the strings. So then he's making like real swinging dick money.
Wow, good for him. He's going to get to the top of the mountain. He's already almost there. And I hope he finds happiness again because, boy, just like with Kanye, happiness is a big contributor on whether or not your stuff is relatable and good or not. I mean, that's a big old deal. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. I hope he gets good. Who knows? K-pop acts performed for Kim Jong-un in North Korea. 11 acts were there in total. Kim Jong was said to be very moved by the concert.
He's always moved.
He was dancing and such.
They said it was the first time, and I don't know how long, that like a group from South Korea has been able to come and cross the border and perform.
Was it them from the Winter Olympics? Those kids were crushing it with the guitars and the singing and the dancing. I bet you Kim Jong was like trying to figure out how he could. We need one of those here in North Korea. He's probably hiring one just to do it at his house every day.
He's up to something, man.
Yeah, he is. He's doing the train into China.
He was quiet for a while, and now all of a sudden.
But it's like good stuff. It's like
that's what I mean. Something's off.
This guy, let's remember, this guy.
Fugazi?
Yeah, this guy said he shot an 18 at golf.
Yeah.
With a straight face. 18 holes, shot an 18.
He's going to be holding like a North Korea idol.
That'd be a stare. I would pay to watch that.
You just get assassinated.
This is the old rub on the back just to soften it up, to stab the knife in the end. Jim Kong does not play these games. He's not this nice of a human. He's the biggest troll on earth. He can't be doing this.
How about that train, though? I mean, you got your own little bullet train with like 4 or 5 cars. He's riding around town.
And nobody knows that you're in or out. Nobody knows if you're in there. Nobody knows if you're not. See you later.
Having your own fucking train. Now, that's another level of action.
Yeah, because those trains live by their own rules to begin with. I get stuck in every train every time. This weekend in particular, more often than not. I don't understand how. Do they have a schedule? Do trains have a schedule?
They're supposed to.
Where do I find those at? Like,
is it a freight train?
There's one that goes through the south side.
It's the freight train. It's the one, I think it goes across America, picks up a thing every state. It is the longest thing.
You're screwed then. You're never going to find a schedule for that.
Ever. And sometimes it goes slow. Like, slow. Like, and you're looking down to your left, and there's no end in sight, and it appears as if this thing's going to stop. So now you're thinking to yourself, I can't even go back out and around because it's blocking me a quarter mile down.
They should have ramps on each side so that if you at least want to give it a shot, that's on us. You know what I mean?
Let us roll the dice if we want.
You don't worry about, let's do us, okay? I'll jump if I want to jump it.
I was riding my motorcycle earlier.
Yeah.
It was good. A little sunshine there on Friday. A little day date with my lady. It was 50-something. It felt like it was 20-something. I have to wear sunglasses on that motorcycle. Don't have to wear a helmet. But I have to protect my eyes. Not my brain, though. In the car, have to wear a seatbelt. Don't have a seatbelt on that motorcycle. All these rules are so stupid.
Do you wear a helmet?
It depends.
Right.
I wear a helmet sometimes.
Right.
I wear a helmet sometimes.
Make heated helmets?
Yeah, the helmet's hot because you're breathing your own. So you're basically, it's an insulator for yourself, if that makes sense. Now, granted, you can flip open the thing and just get a bunch of wind. I enjoy just the freedom, though. So it's very interesting, all these laws, how much they contradict each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like when you're riding a motorcycle and you're watching somebody text and drive and then every car's doing it, you're like, well, I mean, we're definitely not enforcing this one. I mean, this one's definitely not. Because you're looking at cops. Like, you're riding next to cops, and cops are texting and driving, and on a laptop and driving. It's like, yeah, you need 2 hands to type on that. I know that. I know you need 2 hands to go ASDFGHJKL semicolon. You know
Is
what
it
I mean?
a ticket here?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Have you ever driven with Todd?
No.
Guy looks down his lap.
That's because it's not legal to have the phone. The phone was like, you're not allowed to text and drive. So everybody just started putting it down.
Yeah, he's bad at it.
Yeah, so they started hiding the phone so you couldn't see it. And it's probably from his cop days when he was in his car. He couldn't. And they'll never know. I'm just staring at my dick.
very Todd
It's
thing
like
to do.
when you
yeah.
were in class and the teachers would be like, I know you. What are you? You're staring at your dick. I know you're fucking texting or cheating.
Yeah, you have to. The best was putting it on the bottle. When people started doing that, that was next level. Like, let me go ahead and wipe out these nutrition facts. let me put these math equations on here. That was genius. I was so mind blown because I wasn't smart enough. I would just try to memorize them. And then as soon as I got the test, I'd write them on the test.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's legal.
Same thing.
That's legal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because and then I look to my left and I just see a kid like just staring at his bottle. And I'm like, genius idea out of you. You're going to be a great con man. I can just tell. Good for you. You should just do the catch me if you can route and just roll with it. Just be Frank Abagnale and just go ahead and jack off banks. Don't jack them off for real. Well, do what you got to do. I mean, if that's how you're going to get them over, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I love it. It's Masters Week.
It really is.
Tiger's about to prowl through Augusta.
I hope so.
I love this.
You think it's going to happen?
I just hope, man. He's looking very good, so there's no reason for me to be skeptical. But I'm just, you never
Let's
know.
do the old golf breakdown. If he could put the driver in the fairway,
Yeah,
he's got a chance.
And his putter
Boom.
gets hot.
Yeah, but you drive for show, you putt for dough.
You're
yeah,
right.
so exactly what I just said.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Tiger's always had the issue with the driver, though. That's always been his fucking.
It's always wide open because he's so strong. Like, I think he could just move over and win the long drive contest if you gave him one of them bats. Now, I don't know, actually.
He's been teeing off with the irons in those 2 tournaments he
I
played,
know.
and those have been money. So, and
It's
he's
a smart
hitting
play.
big.
It's boring. The only issue is Tiger getting the Tiger there because on Sunday, everybody's watching, and Tiger knows everybody's watching. So he's got to be like, well, these people came to watch me hit a 4-iron, huh? Off the drive.
There's a lot of holes on that course, though. If you hit driver, it'll hit the downslope and get like an extra fucking 100 yards.
right.
I love them. I'm a big Masters guy.
Really? It sounds
Yeah.
like the excitement level is really there.
I have it. I have it as my ringtone to wake up for my alarm.
The birds chirping?
It's this like it's the CBS Masters theme song.
You're that in with the Masters?
Yeah, dude.
Why?
Because it kind of like kicks off spring into summer. Like weather's supposed to be nice right now,
And it's always good
you
golf.
start drinking outside. Like I don't know. It's just I love
You play
it.
McAfee Block Party.
Yeah,
You're 100%
yeah.
right. It does do that a lot, doesn't it?
McAfeeBlockParty.com, McAfeeBlockParty.com, McAfeeBlockParty.com.
It's not just the Masters; it's what it signifies as part of the year.
You got a dog?
No, I don't have a dog.
You need a dog.
Oh, you mean a dog in the fight or an actual dog?
No, dog in the fight. In the Masters.
You mean I always love DJ.
Okay.
Big
You don't have a
DJ
real
guy.
dog?
He's got 2 dogs. Jeff Rupert's dogs.
Ugh.
You hate them dogs.
They're loud, man. The wind blows, the car drives by.
One is wild. One is loud.
Do you guys talk about potentially moving that one to another house?
He actually thought about moving to his parents' house.
Are you excited?
But he felt too bad.
Like him or the dog?
No, the dog. Like he was gonna give that dog to his parents.
That's not a bad move. I've done that a couple times. My parents love him. The parents love him. Valerie is much happier dog now that Midas isn't there or Macy. Got 3 cats, a couple mice, a couple deers around.
Oh, is the mouse from here?
Live and well. Very, very blind. Very, very blind. But he had a hell of an Easter. He came out and got his whole head rubbed, had the whole thing. I mean, he was in a real good
What
spot.
do you mean?
He gets his head rubbed now.
By who?
By Sam. What do you think? Sam pets this thing for sure. Sam and this thing have a full relationship. The only relationship that mouse have is with Sam's fingertip and Nova
Sitting on top.
sitting on top, just pounding it, like playing the drums, like on top of it. Like, excuse me. That mouse's life can be complicated and confusing. Honestly, a lot of things can be complicated.
I still think that mouse is a con.
You think so?
The whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's a complicated mouse.
You think he fake dragged himself out into the lobby here of the office?
Yep.
Just kind of dragged his
Put the
sorry
finger around his
body.
neck.
Just dragged his sorry body all the way out there.
Fake ass broken back.
Oh, that's hysterical.
He's walking now,
Which
right?
is why you should
Jumping, not just he's thriving, not surviving. He is thriving.
you should have let us execute him and cremate him, and then it would have sent a good message. Now
Oh yeah.
they're
It's
all
the
just
next
going to get
mouse.
in line.
It's not a bad move, though, by the way. These mice know. If a mouse is smart enough, especially a blind one,
Yeah.
if a blind one is smart enough to fake his death to get into my house, I respect it. I'll keep
Touche.
it. It'll be a good pet.
Would Sam take a bet?
Like a bat?
What did you just say?
Would she take a bet home?
Oh, like a flying
Oh,
creature.
God. I didn't know what you meant. I thought it was a bet or a bat. No, I don't think so. She doesn't like a lot of, like, the snakes and stuff, bats, things that are generally scary to the regular person is also very scary to Sam.
Gotcha.
Spiders, there's no pet spiders going to be in there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The bat though is a wild question because there is one in here.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere in here. This office is a pretty wild place.
That was the original injured animal.
What's that?
The bat. We had originally had the bat.
Yeah, Vibs looked like soft too. He looked like a bag of milk with that thing. You know, getting bats out of the office could be complicated. Ticket buying used to be the same damn thing, but one company went above and beyond to take care of all of your ticketing needs, and that app is
SeatGeek.
SeatGeek is the one-stop shop for all your ticket buying needs. Whether it's your favorite musician on tour, shopping for the perfect gift, or searching for a last-minute deal to see your favorite team, SeatGeek helps you find the best seats at the best prices, fully guaranteed. Nothing beats being there live and in person, and SeatGeek is the best place to do that. No catfishing with their tickets. What you see is what you get. SeatGeek is designed to make your ticket buying experience easier than ever. SeatGeek saves you time and money by searching multiple ticket sites, compare prices, and find amazing deals. And to get you the most bang for your buck, SeatGeek grades every ticket based on value to help you immediately identify the best seats to fit your budget. Plus, every purchase is fully guaranteed, so you can shop for tickets on SeatGeek with confidence. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best deals on every type of ticket. From sports and concerts to comedy and theater, just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code PAT today. That's promo code PAT for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Shout out SeatGeek. They're the ones sending us to WrestleMania.
That's
badass.
very
Thank you,
nice
SeatGeek.
of them.
Shout out to them, man. WrestleMania's going to be awesome.
Can't
It's
wait.
Masters Week, but it's also WrestleMania weekend where we got NXT TakeOver. Jeff Vibert, myself, and Nick Morado listened to Rip Rogers speak earlier and got some nuggets about wrestling out of him. I think we should go ahead and lead off into that. It's a couple-minute video. You're going to absolutely love it. We're going to WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania weekend. This is big. Watch the Masters Saturday night. Go ahead and watch the NXT TakeOver pre-show. It's not just a show. It's the show, a pre-show. NXT TakeOver pre-show live from the Smoothie King Center on Saturday, and then the Mercedes-Benz Superdome on Sunday, WrestleMania. Watch the Masters. This is an exciting week. We all got Tiger Woods winning or Dustin Johnson winning the Masters. And WrestleMania is just such a beautiful display of a manly soap opera. It's wrestling coming to be. And we caught a little conversation, a little wrestling lesson with Rip Rogers earlier at Rip Rogers Wrestling Class. I think you're going to enjoy this. Okay, so WrestleMania is this weekend, and Jeff Vibert just became a wrestling fan, what, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. He's excited. He's all in. Nick and I have been fans for a long time, but there's always a good time to freshen up on the knowledge, especially when you're going to be at WrestleMania, where the history of world wrestling entertainment happens. There's only one man here to teach us, and this should be wild. About the do's and don'ts of the wrestling business. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rip Rogers Wrestling School.
Professor Rogers today.
Okay.
Professor Rogers. Now, WrestleMania. What number WrestleMania is it?
34. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I raise my hand?
You should raise your hand, son.
That's on me. Okay.
Okay, it's 34. Pat.
Yeah, 34.
34. Okay, we've established now it's WrestleMania number 34. Okay, it's being held in what city? What venue? Where?
New Orleans.
Warhammer.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, Louisiana. And what building is it going to be in?
Superdome.
Superdome. And what's the official name of the Superdome now?
Great question. I think it's the Smoothie King.
Mercedes-Benz.
No, Smoothie King.
Is it?
I think they sold it. I think Mercedes moved over to Atlanta, and I think Smoothie King kind of bounced in on a rebound. Like, the best way to get over somebody is under somebody else.
So that's a hell of a gimmick. So we see right there that the Smoothie King to the other Snabits from the Fabits used to be the fucking Superdome. Nicholas.
What does Snabits mean?
It can mean anything you want to. It's like the word fuck. Fuck this, I'm going to fuck you. I don't give a fuck. It's got 126 different meanings.
Correct. So Snabits could mean...
Yes, it can be like Fernum, Durnum, Snabits, Fabus.
How do you...
I've got three hands written up.
How do you spell Snabits?
S-N-A-B-I-T-Z. S-N-A-B-I-T-Z.
What's the etymology?
I'm speaking, the professor's speaking. Unless we're talking carny, it's Sneezabits. How do you do that? Add the I-A-Z. So S-N-I-A-Z, then bits. So it's Sneezabits.
Like pig Latin?
So it's like, it's carny.
Snoop Dogg.
It's like worm. It's like the Weazerm, the worm. It's like the Heazammer, the hammer. It's like the warhead, the Weazor Heazed.
Oh.
It's like the Piazat. It's like the Griazixon, you know. All for different gimmicks, you know what I mean?
The Via Zibberts.
Yes. Via zippers.
My via zippers.
You got it now.
I got a question.
Okay. Oh, fuck, you're over
about
now.
Snia Zabitz.
Okay.
You said I can use it just like the word F dash dash dash.
Yes.
Okay, so like I can tell somebody to go Snabitz themselves.
Yes.
Okay, so when I'm doing that pre-show, I can be like, I think old buddy is going to get Snabitzed over by something here.
And the guys don't go, what the fuck's he talking about? Because they're sports entertainers. They don't know fucking carny shit.
So Snabitz is a common wrestling lingo.
Oh, for an old fucker, for an old carny guy, yeah.
Okay, so Snabitz equals
Fabitz. Or whatever.
That's right.
Whatever. When in doubt, just call him a gimmick.
Can I say like school sucks Snabitz?
Sure, because Snabitz refers to what?
Anything.
Anything. And what was you thinking in your mind?
The hammer.
Okay, so Snabitz in that situation is the hammer. Well, I want to go out and get some Snabitz. Does that mean food?
Boy,
Does that mean
blowjob?
What does that mean?
It could mean blowjob.
Or in Japan, it would be sakahachi or brojob. Brojob. So it's up to you.
What's blowjob in Snabitz language?
No, blowjob in Japanese.
No, but in Snabitz language.
It could be Snabitz.
Is it like
could be
blowjob or
Snabitz.
something like that?
Blowjob could be Snabitz, right?
It could be Furby, it could be Derby.
So like
It could be a
Easter
gimmick. Just give me the gimmick.
So like yesterday was Easter, and there's a basket full of Snabitz.
Okay, that means Easter eggs. It's whatever you want it to
So
be.
it legitimately could be.
Oh, yeah, it could be anything.
Man,
you
I was
gotta use the
getting some good
imagination on
Snabitz
it.
last night.
Do what?
I was getting some good Snabitz last night. You could say
Well,
that.
it means you could be getting some good head.
Laughs?
You could be, yes, it could be fucking laughs. It could be hemorrhoids. It could be double-ply toilet paper. Or it could be anything.
Okay, what's another word that we hear using? Gimmick. What is a gimmick?
A gimmick's anything you want to be.
Okay, so gimmick is Snabitz.
Gimmick, it's all a fucking wizard.
Can you write that on the board? Gimmick equals
Gimmick.
Snabitz?
Gimmick equals
Gimmick.
Snabitz.
Gee, can you read that?
Yep.
Yep.
Good handwriting, actually, Professor. I did not expect that.
Gimmick.
By the way. No.
Equals
Yep.
Snabitz.
Decided to go a line down.
That's like Fernum equals Durham.
What is Fernum and what is Durham?
Same thing.
But what is the first one?
Yeah.
Fernum, Durham is the same as Snabitz.
Fernum, Durham, Snabitz.
It's the
gimmick.
same as a gimmick. It's all rib.
How do you spell Fernum? And what the hell is a rib?
F-E-R-N-U-N.
Wow, that's
Fuck, I gotta turn that fucking thing and I can't reach the. Oh, fuck it.
it's not how I would guess to spell Fernum.
What is? D-E-R-N-U-N.
Okay, so Durham,
Yes.
Fernum, gimmick, and Snabitz are the same. Did you
Yes,
get that?
they're interchangeable.
Do you ever use all of them at the same time?
Oh, yeah. Just to fuck with people when they think they're over.
Okay.
When you're the Queen's Park.
When people think they're over, what does that mean?
Oh, when you're a smart.
Smart.
Oh, yeah. A smart mark. You know,
Hold on. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay, Snabitz.
No, we're past.
Go back to the
We're
gimmick.
past
then.
that Snabitz.
We're past gimmick. We're past good rib. So rib is a joke, right? A rib.
Rib.
Yep.
To the layman's term, a rib, this motherfucking bone right here sticking out unless you're fat,
Yep.
it's a rib.
Yep.
Or, this fucking phone keeps goddamn dinging.
That's
a good
a rib.
gimmick.
That's a hell of a rib.
Oh.
That's a rib, it's a gimmick.
It's in
a
your
hell of a rib.
Snabitz.
It's a gimmick. It's in my Snabitz, yeah.
Can a gimmick be a rib and a rib be a gimmick?
No. Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
You almost got me confused because you got me thinking about the Fernum, Durham, the Snabitz, the Fabus, and the gimmick and the Rezib.
Okay, so the rezib is carny for rib, but
Yes.
rib is what? Or joke, right?
The rib's a joke, pretty much a joke.
A rib, you're ribbing me.
Yes, Nicholas.
Have you ever thought about changing your name to Rib Rogers?
They've called me that a lot of times.
Who's they?
Huh?
Marks?
The Snabitz?
Oh, no, the boys.
Who are
The boys are fellow wrestlers.
The boys.
The boys are fellow. You know, it's like when you guys, what's Saturday for the boys?
Yeah.
The brand.
Yep.
You're fired.
It's a gimmick.
It's a gimmick. It's a good statement, ain't it? Good for
Okay.
Derby.
We got so many to talk about here. Okay, the boys is the wrestler.
The
Mark,
rascal. Yes.
a mark, you said a smart earlier because
Yes.
you said somebody was over. A smart mark. A mark is a fan.
Oh yeah, they think they know what's going on because they read it on the internet.
Okay,
they
so-
get the scandal sheets.
A mark is a fan.
Yes.
What's a scandal sheet?
Oh, it was a scandal sheet years ago. They would put out the results of wrestling, what really went on, the behind the scenes action.
Okay, that's a scandal sheet.
Yes. What the results of the matches were, the finishes. How many people were there? Bogus, inflated attendance figures.
Okay, so what is over? Because you said the smarks, you always act like you're over to the smarks.
Okay.
So over is?
Over is when you walk around with the Pat McAfee with the sleeves sliced, the delts exploding, the triceps popped out, the biceps rippling, the fucking forearm, the human fucking vein.
Yeah.
You're right there. You're over, right?
No.
Because you're feeling good, looking good, acting like you're good. You get that aura of confidence, and it's all you.
That's over.
When you're going out to fucking kick that goddamn fucking field goal, 62 fucking yards, your asshole ain't puckered. You're saying, hey, I'm going to fucking do the bench strut out there, kick that son of a bitch, and get over and say, fuck you, Grigson. I know you are.
So over is confidence.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm over. In other words, they're letting me win.
Is Nick over?
A lot of times, yes. But when he gives me that look, no.
Right there in the Snabits.
Yes.
How about Vibbs? Vibbs is over?
Oh, he's always over. He's got the fucking human jackhammer. The human Snabits. He's all fucking gimmick.
Other than that, am I over?
No. You got to play to your strengths, though. You're the human hammer, the human gimmick.
You got to play to your strengths.
You are over.
I like that.
Bikini briefs, rolled up fucking wash rag, and the rubber dildo with it just hanging out just a little bit when you're at the gym sitting there.
Let's take a turn. All right.
But you're over.
The Snabits.
Yes.
Rubber, dildo, and snake.
What else? Did we miss anything? I don't think we did.
Well, we've got gimmick.
What's heat?
Ooh.
Heat. You get a lot of heat when walking around when you got that big hammer, and we got short ones. In other words, you got heat. We hate you because every girl wants Jeff Vibert.
So like trolls bring a lot of heat on the internet to people. Hey, trolls do a lot of heating.
Yes, they're
So
just
trolls are
getting
hot.
heat because they basically got no goddamn life,
Okay.
and they're expressing their fucking opinion, but it's nothing they don't know anything about.
Okay,
So they make asinine fucking statements.
so heat is that hate there.
Heat is just you're an idiot.
I don't think
Get
anybody
heat.
hates you, bro. Nobody hates the world.
No, we are. He's got heat. Oh, like in the wrestling business, this guy's got heat. Why? He's good. Everybody hates him. They hate. Why do they hate this Data? Are you fucking kidding
Who
me?
said that?
She's beautiful. She
They
can
ain't
fucking
hating
wrestle.
nobody's. Somebody said that. It's a great quote.
That is a great quote.
Hey, in the wrestling business, everybody
Everybody
loves you. Everybody loves you in the wrestling business till you get better than them. Then they hate your motherfucking guts.
A lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
So we could put up here the number one thing in wrestling is
Heat.
heat.
What's a cheap pop?
Oh, there we go.
A cheap pop. Cheap pop is what today's wrestlers want to do because they don't know how to build a story. They don't know how to give you an illusion of feigned violence. They want to go out there, hey, let's do 92 false finishes. Everybody can go 1, 2, and the nerds and all their merch and their free merch, their new t-shirts and shit can go 2. And then the guys can quit selling, and it's this big move and that big move and this big move and that big move. And pretty soon, all these big moves don't mean FA. Fuck all.
Ah.
They
so
mean
it's a bunch
fuck
of
all.
snippets.
It's
a bunch
supposed
of
to be a
snippets.
big move. If a big move, if a finisher don't beat you, it ain't a goddamn finisher, is it?
Nope.
It's just another stupid big move that the other guy kicked out on. In other words, you ain't got shit.
Do you believe, though, that the modern world, that is just like instant gratification, you know? I mean, on the internet, how many kids we see fly off of the houses?
A lot. Every day.
Well, they do.
Every day. Back in the day, never seen it. Jeff Hardy, wherever he was doing that stuff, I ain't never seen it before. Now, like literally, you run our social media, you get videos of people just jumping off houses.
Every single day, kids
Every
are jumping
day.
off shit. Head first.
No law against being stupid.
With no regard for their lives.
Right.
Why are they doing it?
Don't need it.
Don't want it.
Don't want it. Can't have it.
But I'm desensitized to it because I see it every day.
Right.
So do you think that's why they have to do all that fast stuff, or do you think it's possible?
No.
Okay.
If I've got the TV
Okay.
and this beats you, and jumping off a building don't, what will people get conditioned to? This.
Yeah.
They took Mankind, who was jumping off fucking cages and half-ass killing himself. Made El Sacco. El Sacco was over more than anything, wasn't it? They took Santino and made the Cobra.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Why?
Yeah, that's a good gimmick.
Because nobody got hurt. If not, these guys will kill themselves. They want to fucking one-up each
What
other.
a rib.
You know what I mean?
Do you remember he put that thing on? What was
Maybe
it?
the
It was
all-time
here.
best.
It was here, here.
Yeah,
It was-
Yeah.
Dude, that's hysterical. When he did the little speed walk down to the ring, I lost it. I'm a speed walking guy, though. I watched it in the Olympics. The Americans have a pretty good representation.
But your glutes weren't going like his. He had the proper hit.
I don't think
hits
I'm
the
built
swinging
for
wheel.
speed walking, to be honest
No.
with you.
But anyway.
Okay,
Back,
so you're
back to heat, gimmicks, Snavitz, Favitz, Furner, Derman, and Rib. And Sakahachi.
Is wrestling real?
Is wrestling real?
Yeah, I've
Of
heard
course
it's
it's
fake.
real. What do you mean?
No, I've heard it's
The only
fake.
thing fake is your mother's orgasm was I'm hitting.
Hi-oh!
And
Bro!
It's rip. It's a good rip.
Somebody's losing it
good
downstairs.
ribs, good Snavitz, good Furner.
I don't know who's losing it. Somebody's losing it. Good ribs, somebody just screamed
You
out.
know, hey, just think, women can fake orgasms. Guys can't.
That's
Yeah,
not true.
You can.
Huh?
You can fake an orgasm.
As a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did have the little pump.
When it's
squirt
enough
thing
already,
at
and you
one
just want to
time.
get some sleep.
Well, or you say, oh, that second one got my one dropout. Oh, I'm done.
Let me put it in wrestling terms. You've been getting over the Snavitz for like 12 rounds. It's boxing. And then you don't feel like getting heat and you just go to bed. It's a good rip.
Enough
It
about
is.
this. Let's get back to the wrestling.
Okay, back to wrestling.
So, to Vibbs' question, storylines are like a male soap opera. That's what wrestling's supposed to be, right? That's more like it, or is it?
Well, see, years ago, you would do what's really happening. Now they make stuff up.
Make stuff up.
Yeah. It'd be, hey, what's happening? Well, Nick's hitting Vibbs' old lady on the side. Ooh. So we put them against wrestling against each other. They'd fucking half kill each other.
So it's fake.
But I really am hitting his old lady, so
Yeah,
that's real.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Hey,
Can there be a singular Snavitz? Not to go back to
Oh
Snavitz.
yeah, just a snake.
Just a snake bit.
So like pants are two, but they're one. You know,
Yeah, you can do that.
snake.
Yeah, because when you're leading the conversation, it's all you. You're over. When you're over, the marks listen to you. The smarks listen to you, and they'll buy your fucking merch.
Good business.
Good business
Good business.
for the brand.
What kind
Good
of
shirt. Good shirt.
What kind of merch do you recommend? T-shirt, wristbands, hat.
As much as you can weasel out a little fat motherfucker.
Whoa, Jesus. Listen.
Okay, we can't say that. Okay, well, just zip that tie. Okay.
No, that's what you're thinking, though. I mean,
No.
that's what you're thinking.
Well, first of all, you're thinking $100 bill. Now, shirt. What's the price of the shirt?
$25.
Okay, in other words, we got to
What about
have
the blocks?
wristbands. What's the price of that? Wait a minute now. Now we got a $100 bill.
Blocks are $125.
Okay, now the shirt is how much?
25.
Okay. And then so we got to have some fucking
Snippets.
wristbands, right? How much are they?
15.
15.
Okay, wrist. Shorter. Now we've got 40. We've got $60 of scrounge on that motherfucking mark, right?
About a hat.
Oh, a hat! God, that's awesome. How much is the hat?
I'm a good hat purchaser.
How much is a hat?
30, 25, but now the shirt's 25. Maybe the shirt's 20. I don't know.
Oh, so you fucked yourself with the
I
shirt
fucked
to begin
myself.
with.
But we also need the block money.
Well, no. We're not fucking with the block right now. We're at the merch table at the the sports entertainment show.
What is the block?
Blocks?
Yeah.
McAfee block party?
Oh yeah, my McAfee blocks. $125. Get them now.
Yeah.
McAfee block party.
Of course, that $124.99 sounds a whole lot smaller than $125.
I don't know.
It sounds it. I didn't say it was.
Well, it's all Snavitz. It's none of that Fernum Durnum.
You're right on that.
You know why? Because actual tender, like cash, is getting a lot of heat because people are on the internet. So like change means nothing. No.
Yeah, I'm a cash man.
Yeah.
Strictly cash.
Snavitz now. Cash is Snavitz now.
Yeah, cash is Snavitz. Okay, so right now we got $60, so we got $40 left to scrounge out that little fat guy that he'd get from his dad. Okay, we got $40 left. So, hey, John Cena, we got his shirt, and now we got gimmick.
No.
Oh, belt. Fuck.
Yeah. No,
That's the highest fucking price thing on the thing.
Yeah, and I would-
and you know because you were the world's biggest what?
Smart.
That's right.
Yep.
So
Mark,
we got
Mark,
Bill.
Mark, that's-
We got $40 left. So do you know what the price of this is going to be?
140.
$39.99.
$39.99.
Oh,
Belt.
this is a business order though.
$39.99. So now we've spent $99.99, and he'll give you that crisp $100 bills for your merchandise.
Well, I mean, there's tax,
Vince McMahon's a genius, dude.
so we can't get all those things.
Tax already built in.
Well, it depends where we're shipping it to.
Vince McMahon's a real life genius, bro.
What about an action figure?
This is hold on, they do this once a week. 52 weeks a year at least, twice a week, 52 weeks a year.
No, they do this.
At arenas?
No, they do this 8 times a week.
Yeah, but
You
not
got Raw and
arenas.
SmackDown. Every night you got gimmicks, you got fucking hell, the fucking gimmick table it kept our wrestling company. It kept us paying our goddamn
Good
bills.
for them. That's incredible.
How do I get the somas and the pain pills? How do I get those?
All you gotta do is a Soma's pain pill is be one of the boys. As soon as you're one of the boys, you're a TV star. And as soon as you're a TV star, everybody will give you free meals, free haircuts, free statements, free favors. The girls will be giving you some free
Durham.
and Fernham. So if Jeff was a TV star, just think how over he'd be, especially when his nickname is the Warhammer, or we call him the Weazor. He is Hammer, but that's just part of wrestling education. So we've learned somewhat. We've learned about gimmicks. Gimmicks equals snabbits or favits. It could be Fernham or Durham. We know that ribs are like a joke. Some famous ribs in the wrestling business was if, let's say Jeff would come into territory and I hadn't seen him in 10 years, so he'd go out to wrestle his match. So what would I do? I could either take his pants and cut his pants up.
Oh, good rib.
Or I could, a common one, which would be shitting in his bag. That's always nice.
It's a rude rib.
Yeah, it's a hell of a rib.
Hell of a rib.
I got a donut in my bag one time.
A donut,
When I was
well,
a
I
kid,
did.
playing on a team order with me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
So
fine.
that's a nice rib.
Kind of donut.
I feel like that was one of the biggest compliments you've ever given me.
What's that?
You texted me after my Adam Cole thing. And it was, you're a natural heel,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Well, that was a play off his gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But because fuck, you totally buried him, right? You're fucking with your word. I said, holy shit, he buried him so bad.
Because there's things you're not supposed to say, right?
Well,
Things
it
you're not
doesn't
supposed
matter when you don't know. You just plead. I didn't know.
to- Yeah.
What'd you do? Well, in the first match, you did 122 things. Oh, isn't that what you wanted? I got all my shit in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fucking Lord.
So you said, whenever I said how tall he was, you said,
Oh, no, never say that.
because that set me up for failure.
Because, in other words, you're wrestling a little guy. Don't call a guy fat, skinny, old, or a rookie.
Because it's putting
Because
him
you want,
over even more if he wins.
you want him to be the greatest wrestler in the world. If you're a babyface, with the help of you fans cheering me on, I'm going to give it my best to beat him. And when you do, you beat King Kong. Fuck it, in David and Goliath, Goliath's not going to be this big and David this big.
Good saying.
It's like fucking wrestling.
Hey, that was quite a rib, by the way, putting David up with Goliath.
That was a hell of a rib.
That was quite a rib.
Very
Wasn't it?
big.
So with
Was that
Goliath,
slingshot?
Yeah.
Might have been the biggest rib of all time
In the history.
of ribs.
but the good rib was fucking David pulled that little fucking gimmick, and Goliath did nothing to really cheat and get over yet, right?
Like
That
shooting
little
all the
cheating
snake bits
motherfucker,
at
he
him.
fucking smooth.
Slow motion. That type of fight wouldn't fly nowadays, by the way. The slow motion fight.
No.
We would need it much.
No, all you gotta do is if you'd push it on TV, it would. They'll buy anything.
What's your least favorite wrestling match?
Least favorite wrestling match?
Yeah, with all the gimmicks.
I don't know. As long as if they're believable, I'll buy anything.
So face, emotion in the face.
It's got to be a fucking contest. It's just like, hey, if you're with the Colts, you're going to play the goddamn Tom Brady. you're going to play the goddamn Patriots. The week before, they put up some fucking locker room fucking material. You're fucking seething. They're the heels, and the game's in Indianapolis, so you're the obvious baby faces, right?
Yeah.
And if it was the other way around, it'd be just the opposite. You need it'd be when fucking T.O. was it T.O. dancing on the Dallas Cowboys fucking gimmick?
Yeah.
The fucking Stavis thing. Holy shit. Those fighting words, ain't they?
That's a heel move, huh?
And they're going to kill that motherfucker. Wait till we get him, right? And the NFL officers going, ooh, good publicity move. But we can't say that. Grigson probably would have fired. Well, he would have
Have you seen Alistair Black?
And the winner, Alistair. Was on his left hand, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Alistair! I can't do it as good as you. Black!
Yeah.
And the finish was great, except that was the 122nd knee strike, super kick, whatever.
I was going to ask about the.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So there's a lot of combat sports style wrestling right now. There's a lot of kicks.
But it's got to
punches.
mean something.
Okay.
If you're using a super kick as a finish, either that's the only super kick of the match, or you're a little guy and you hit him with 122 of them because you're not that good. And it's the wear down finish. Like in Japan, a lot of times, what's the finish? Oh, the 12th clothesline, 12th in a row. You get up slower and slower and slower, and finally where they hit you with a goddamn second moonsault or whatever. But you kick out the person, ooh!
What's your favorite wrestling move?
Getting paid without working.
Okay, let me write that down.
How do we do that?
Well, first of all, you pay your dues in the business, and you do a whole lot of matches, and you get over and tell the bookers it's all them, rib everybody, and don't perform. If you're with the stars, don't outperform them because they'll bury you because they're afraid you're going to take their goddamn job. Don't have too good of a body because then they'll be mad at you. Don't talk too good because then the big promo guy, he'll cut your nuts off. It's best to be so-so for longevity. And always laugh at their jokes. If it's the beer drinkers, drink beer. If it's the partiers, it's the partiers. And just fit in and don't cause any fucking waves. And it's best to be related to somebody or somebody's next door neighbor. Hey, all right. That's the wrestling business.
Yeah. Don't do anything. Get paid.
Yes, do nothing and get paid. It's like on WCW. I mean, I didn't even know this. Cornette told me, he said, I got banned from television for a while. I remember I wasn't working for a while, but he told me to come because my matches were too good.
That's a good
No,
rep.
Pat. Oh, it is a good way. And then it sets you back with you. Oh, fuck. I guess I should just be shitty then. Well, we can't put you on the tube. You're too shitty. Okay, well, I guess I'll have a good match. Oh, we can't put you. Oh, your match was too good. We're paying this guy $1 million a year, and your match is better than him. Well, I said, I guess that makes you stupid, don't it?
Stooging.
Huh? No, that's not a stooging.
No, you would be stooging if you were to do that.
No. No, stooging is telling on somebody, making something up.
Snitching.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Stooging,
like a stooge
snitch.
pigeon.
Oh, yeah. So we always knew that if you want something to get back to the office, you would let it know. You would say something around somebody else who you knew would repeat it, or this one little referee that was there for a year, and he was like the human ears of listening to everything.
Oh, it's like a little rat fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like a bigger one.
Yeah.
A little rat. We had.
He's grown into manhood. He's quite an aggressive heel.
We had an assistant strength coach that we knew was that back in the day.
A snitch?
Yeah, we knew whatever was happening was going right up. So it was like, man, that was a good time. That was a good time.
Would you give him fake info?
Oh, it was a blast. It was so much fun. We were just
Wrestling,
getting,
telephone, telegraph, tele-wrestling.
we were getting better food. We were getting everything just worth the quickness. Like it was just like all these things we've been talking about. We're just like, we were like, what is it? Okay, I got it. All right, let me go talk to assistant here real quick and just see if we can break this up the line. It was good. That's like
He'd have the fucking like the Batman hotline, wouldn't he?
Yeah, basically.
He'd be calling telling Ursa, whoever your boss was at the time, or the head stooge, or the head Snake's favorites guy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Is that a work? They worked them?
That is a work.
They worked the stooge. They worked the snitch. Yeah. Especially when they fall.
That's a good work,
They
right?
plant the false false info.
It's not good work, because that's like what you do is good work. What you do is good work. It's a good work.
Yeah.
A work is its own
Yeah.
thing.
So everybody here.
A work is an angle?
No, work is, it can be an angle. Work's another word like fuck. Work's another word like gimmick. It's like, Jeff's working me. Okay? Well, it's like the guy, the fucking little wheel come off my goddamn garage thing, right? He wanted to charge me $470.
Oh.
He's treating me like a fucking mark, right? I said, get the fuck out of here. He said, well, I said, get the fuck out of here. Well, let me call my boss. All of a sudden, it's been reduced to $270. I said, get the fuck out of here, you asshole.
One more, he said he did another work. And what did it get down to?
So then I made him leave.
See ya.
Then I called my fucking buddy from around the fucking corner. He come over and put the wheel on.
Oh, pal from around the way.
Yeah, in about 5 minutes, right?
That's good work.
I said, what do you want? He said, oh, fuck nothing. I said, you owe me one. So that means I'll tell him a couple jokes, take him some fucking ribs, get him lined up with some snakes or something, whatever.
So he's over now.
Oh, he's always over, yeah. He can fix anything.
Lined up with some snabbits.
Some snabbits.
What a hilarious variety of options that can be.
Yes, and you can just let your mind go.
I gotta get him lined up with some snabbits.
I want to line up some snabbits.
Maybe you don't.
Now,
But I do, right?
You don't know. It's a roll of
It's a mystery bag.
Well, when we had the new Jeff Dibbert segment, though, you'll be cooking with gas, motherfucker. Girls wanting Jeff Dibbert.
Who have I been cooking with lately? That flat pan thing.
Riddle. It's electric.
Oh, it's like,
Woogie.
okay. But everybody on the panel, we all know what a double-A crucifix is, right?
Yep.
Okay. What's a double-A crucifix, Jeff? You didn't say it right.
It's the sharpshooter.
No, the double-A crucifix is another word for a sunset flip.
Oh, I love that move.
Sunset flip hasn't been attempted for a while.
Well, that's one of those moves in WWE I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah? Outlawed?
Well, it's not out. It's not dangerous or nothing.
It's my favorite move.
Oh, it's
Really?
Hey,
What is it?
one time we were working a spot
do
show.
it.
Me and Kurt Hennig were working on a spot show in the Kansas City territory. And a spot show is a town you go to maybe once a year, not a regular town. There used to be weekly towns like Memphis. New Orleans was a weekly town. You draw 8, 9, 10,000 people every week on a Monday night. Then every 3 months we'd have a Superdome show. We'd draw 30 to 35,000 people there with just wrestling. We didn't leave it was wrestling there every fucking Monday night. People knew it was every Monday night it was fucking wrestling. So in a spot show is somewhere, a smaller town, you might go once a year. So when you go in there, so I'm with Kurt Hennig, Mr. Fucking Perfect. I said, watch this, Bert, this will be a hell of a rib. The finish of the first match was a sunset flip. The finish of the second match was a sunset flip. The finish of the third match was a sunset flip. The finish of the fourth match was a sunset flip. The main event was me against Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. This was before it was Mr. Perfect. He hits me with a sunset flip. 1, 2. I'm getting goosebumps.
Ow.
I kick out. Everybody in the building jumped up. They thought it was the finish because they were educated to it, right? And he just fucking laughed. He could not stop fucking laughing.
So when you're laughing in the ring,
Oh.
what do? You put your head down?
Well, you can laugh. Fuck you, motherfucker. Okay, you fucking, you can do whatever. When you're talking in the ring, you talk when you don't think you should be talking. You can talk through your teeth, talk like a ventriloquist. For me, it's hard because you gotta take my goddamn teeth out, right? Uppers and lowers, but you know, just think if I was resting, I'd be going with no fucking teeth. Good rib.
Great rib.
Good rib. No hips, no ribs. No Weezerm, no snabbits, no favits. Okay.
All right, we about done here? I think we've learned a lot, haven't we?
I've learned a ton.
I learned a lot of snabbits.
Well, we got the double-leg crucifix in.
Oh, yeah.
Next time we'll go into collar and elbow hookup or the referee's hold.
Hey,
we'll learn about Freddie Beal, who invented the Beal.
Okay, so how is my Beal and how is my double-legged cruise? Sorry about that.
Double-leg crucifix, your sunset flip.
Yeah,
At one time, they were above average.
thank you. That was good. What was it? What was the rankings you had?
Oh, it was.
You can be rotten,
It's a rotten, double rotten, or whatever,
like
blah blah blah. But
the
you
shits.
was on a roll. But you know, you would take that one big bump and then you'd be done. But you was going 20 minutes. It was fucking awesome.
It was a good time.
Yes, Nicholas.
Can I put the hammer in the sharpshooter?
Are you at the end class?
Hey, right here. Let's just don't do that backwards fucking suplex. But you could do it now because you got that extra strength on that fucking right arm. Get it up, you know.
right.
And if he learns to bridge more, and there's a rib, keep him up there.
Your legs
so
are
the
too
fucking
big.
blood goes to his goddamn head. He fucking passes out. Now you can't do it here because he'll boom.
Yeah.
He'll hit his head.
Hey, hit him with that snake.
What? No, you can't do it.
I feel like we learned a lot.
Oh, you gonna do the sharpshooter?
Yeah, sharpshooter.
Okay.
You're gonna lay down. I knocked you down. I had a good snapes on you.
Good work.
Yeah, so you're hurt. You don't have to be all tense like you're out.
Oh, he's dead. The kid's dead. The guy that looks like Rachel Maddow's dead.
My brother used to put me in this when I was a kid.
Did you sell it?
Yeah, I sold it because it hurt like hell.
Oh, okay. You thought he was gonna get the Warhammer, didn't you?
Wait.
Relaxed, yeah.
Yeah, you're stiff. You're real stiff right now.
Yeah.
He's cross country guy. What do you
My
want?
2x4s. I got 2x4s going out of my torso.
Oh,
Bend your knee.
Spin it.
he is there. Go with it.
Oh, he likes
That's it now. Watch your back.
Come on.
Do you give?
Stone Cold passed out of the ring doing this.
He's a tough
I don't know if you're around my back.
Good rib.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good rib. What was that? What was died down there?
He never fucking sell me
Hey,
the whole
good
week.
sell.
Sold it.
Huh? It was an average sell.
I think it was real pain, but
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He was in real
Okay.
bad. But he's over.
hey, thanks for that course, man.
Was that okay?
I think we are much smarter now going down to WrestleMania. I knew a lot of that stuff, but it was cool to hear the full refresher course there.
Okay.
Good
Is
snippets.
there gonna be a snippets on this?
What's your snappets mean on this?
Can I ask that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not an idiot if I ask that.
No. Because snappets is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, check your snippets, cuz. Did you learn anything in that, Nick?
Yeah, of course.
All those words were thrown together so fast. All the wrestling words were insane.
I learned that, Rip just says a bunch of words that all mean the same thing, but don't really mean anything.
And you have no clue what they mean. You have no clue what they mean because they could mean anything. What's that? Dick?
Before that, because I know the rest of like me and Ty for sure, because we weren't in part of that conversation, but we've been saying it for weeks because we heard him say it weeks ago. We've been calling weed schnabitz.
Oh, I love that. You can say that, by the way. We learned that you are allowed to say that. And you could also call that Fernum, Darnum, Snabitz, Gimmick, anything. Basically, you can call it anything.
But no, like it's been a tradition. Like every day, I'll be like, "Hey, you want to go home, smoke some schnabitz?"
It's hilarious because that could be a lot of things. That could be penis, too, by the way. Yep.
Go on home and smoke some
penis. I love that. We got a chance to talk to one of the funniest dudes on earth last week, Tom Segura. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a Cincinnati native, right? From Cincinnati.
Yep.
Cincinnati, Ohio. I hope he's a Reds fan because we're diehard Reds fans. He hosts a hilarious podcast called Your Mom's House. You can go listen to it now. He's got 3 specials on Netflix. He's an absolute monster of a comedian, great brain, and he's friends with the dumbass Bert Kreischer. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Segura.
Whoa.
Tom,
That's a nice intro.
hey, I appreciate it. I try to get it all right for you because I think you're a really good guy. How's life going over there, Tom?
Life's going pretty well, man. Hey, do you remember when you did my podcast and you realized you were not on the podcast you thought you were on?
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Segura invited me to go on his podcast. I was real excited because Todd was like, hey, Your Mom's House is a gigantic podcast. And then it was actually a little baby podcast Tom was trying to start, which I don't think ever went anywhere. So it was like a little knockoff. It was a knockoff podcast. And I wasn't.
I did like 3 episodes, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Well, I'm happy I could have been one of them. I enjoyed our conversation a lot, and I was like, oh, man, I feel like we had, Tom's obviously a hilarious human. Him and his wife hosted Your Mom's House. It's an incredible podcast, but I was not on that one at all. It was just an interview between me and Tom, and I was very confused. I was like, I thought this was going to be you and your wife. What's going on here? No, different podcast. Little one we're starting up, cuz. Tom,
no, but it was great because it was like the podcast. You were an amazing guest. You were the best guest by far.
One out of 3, not bad odds.
I mean, but think about it. The other 2, they really suck. So, like, you really stood out.
So it's not my fault or your fault. It was the other two guests' fault. That's whose problem it was.
If they would have had a little fucking pizzazz, yeah, it would have been a little better. Yeah.
Tom, you and Bert Kreischer, and you're part of that group of just absolutely incredible humans out there who are just making the world a better place. You have, By the way, we had Ari on here a couple weeks ago who was suspended for going after Bert. I mean, your crew is one of my favorite groups of humans. How did you all met? How did you all meet? Was it just through like comedy shops out there?
Yeah, it was all through stand-up. Like, it was just meeting people in clubs, and then you found out that this person was friends with that person, and then it just kind of, just by hanging out with comics is way more fun than doing stand-up. So it was really just by hanging out at the clubs, and then we all became friends and started busting balls harder and harder, and then we did like that weight loss challenge like a year ago, of course, which I won, and then old fat ass Bert wanted to do something else, so we pick new challenges sometimes.
Well, I think I can speak for a lot of people. We appreciate what you and your dumbass group of friends are putting out there. I just want to let you know that everybody in your group is hilarious, and we're very thankful. Speaking of, you have 3 Netflix specials right now. Do you think every single thing you film is just going to go straight to Netflix? Is that how this works? Like, you're a monster right now, on top of the world.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm super actually just happy that anybody will put them up anywhere. So I feel like I just got lucky with rolling the dice, and Netflix happens to be. Like, when I got the first one up there, it was like a consolation prize because that was like 2013. I shot that first one, and the goal was Comedy Central. And then when Comedy Central passed and Netflix picked it up, the phone call I got from my agent was like, all right, man, look, this isn't the best news, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, that's how he told me that Netflix got it. And then on the next few, it's been like the more desirable place to be. But I also feel like, I'm lucky to be there, and who knows what'll happen next.
Well, I think you're crushing, too. I got a chance to watch 2 out of the 3. Which one do you think, like, for our friend at Tactical Diggs in here, he just recently heard about who you were this morning. Whenever we told you were going to be on the show, I said, great stand-up comedians, got 3 specials on Netflix. You should go watch it. Which one do you recommend people to watch that are just learning about Tom Segura?
I always think you should go with the newest thing. It's the most accurate representation of the person you're talking about. So watch the new thing. And if you like it, you'll probably like the back catalog. And if you hate it, maybe you should check out the back catalog.
What do you talk about when you're on stage, Tom?
What I talk about? I usually just talk about shit that just happened to me, and I hope that I can find some way to make it entertaining. It's either that and just the worst thoughts that I have, and I'll try to find a joke in there somewhere.
You just had a kid, is that right, Todd? You said you just had a kid, or you have a kid? You have a kid now?
Yeah. I have a 2-year-old, and I got one on the way, and then I'm done. And then I'm getting.
How's
I'm gonna ask Pat McAfee to kick me in the balls as hard as he can.
I've never been offered that. I cannot wait to castrate you, cuz. I'll do that for you for sure.
You would absolutely flatten those. I've seen you punt. You would flatten those nuts.
They call me old flat in the sack Pat.
Dude, how do you like this lifestyle now? This is what's interesting to me. To go from what you were in to being this content creator, you're a comedian, you're a host of shows. Do you enjoy this now?
It's very busy. It is very busy. It never ever stops, Tom. Life, as you know, as a content creator yourself, it never ever stops, because if I stop, I feel like I'm missing something or missing an opportunity. So it's just like this carrot dangling in front of my face at all times. I just got to keep going. But I do love it because I get a chance to work with my friends, kind of like I assume how you feel with your group of guys out there in California.
Is there like a parallel to like the camaraderie of being on a team
Yes.
and working on what you do now?
Yes. So like this, our office here, we got 12 people here. We're all pretty tight group and we're around each other. It's very similar to the locker room. Very, very similar to the locker room. Now, granted, I've been a part of some douchebag locker rooms too, where not everybody got along. And we had to weed out some of those in this locker room as well. But it's one of those things where the camaraderie is a good feel. You know what I mean?
So, like, you have your own Jeff Saturday on the staff right now, you're saying?
Yeah, Todd McComas is the Jeff Saturday. That is absolutely the case, Tom. What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Wait, what?
What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Because we come in here, we got the serious show, then we got to record a podcast afterwards, then any video series we owe, any sponsors, blah, blah, blah. That's day-to-day here in Indianapolis, Indiana. What is your day-to-day like in California?
Dude, my day-to-day is almost every day I wake up at 7. You get the kid up. You do breakfast. You play around. He goes to preschool a couple days a week, drop him off. On Mondays, we have a full production day we have a pre-production. We do the podcast. We have a post session. So that's all Monday is all podcasts. Tuesday is kind of a crazy personal day, and usually I try to do stand-up Tuesday nights. Wednesday is more of an off day. Thursday, a lot of times I'm traveling. Thursday, Friday. If I'm home, I'll do stand up on Thursday and Saturday. I don't know. I feel like I don't do shit.
In my head, by the way, I want to let you know, Tom, as you were saying that, as you were giving off your day-to-day schedule, I was like, oh, Tom doesn't really do shit.
No. Yeah, I mean, especially if you pair me to people with real jobs, and then the fact that I make their yearly salary in a show.
Now, Tom, are you still are you touring right now? You said you're on the road. You're doing stand up, preparing for your next special right now?
Yeah. So I mean, the new one came out, 6-8 weeks ago, and then it's just been, I've been doing a lot of clubs to try to build a new hour, and then I'll go back to the bigger venues probably in the fall.
How long did it take for you to create that set that what got released 6-8 weeks ago? How long, how many months were you working on that to curate it, to get it good, raise your little baby and then let her off into the world, basically?
I mean, I think it was I think a year gets it to the point of you go, this is in shape now. But then what happens is between month 12 and month 18, really the little changes actually make it much better. In other words, you start, you mess with the order a little bit, or you tweak this or that, you just change little things, and they seem like they're small changes, but they're what actually makes it a finished product,
Yeah, absolutely. Little tweaks make it all happen. Todd McComas, what do you got?
Now, how about you? I know that you're hey, I'll film a special my third time doing stand-up.
Second. It was better.
So do you now have 9 specials or something?
In my head, I do. I'd probably have about 9 in my notes section on my phone if I had to. But I'm going to, the next time, because I've learned a lot about stand-up comedy now because I'm around Sean Latham, Todd McComas. I get a chance to see comedians now on a day-to-day basis. I understand the art of stand-up a little bit more. And I would like to almost work on a set for a little bit, but I have super ADD, Tom. As soon as I deliver it one time and I get a good pop from the crowd the entire time, I'm like, yep, we should film that. I don't know why I didn't film that. We should have filmed that right there. It's just one of those things where I have so much ADD, Tom. It really kicks into everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think that it has an effect on why you didn't DM me back when I offered you a spot on my show at the Egyptian Room?
I don't remember that happening. I don't remember that happening. I would have loved to do that. But also, I can't do less than an hour and a half. I don't even know how to do that. I couldn't even guess how people go up there and do 15 minutes and then walk off the stage. I have no clue how people do that.
Hey, Tom, you don't want them to do any time in front of you. You don't want that, buddy.
That being said, I will never offer you.
I just get going, Tom. I get going. I try to loop. So I'm a classic storyteller, Tom. I just tell these stories, and I have no idea how long each story is going to be when I get in there. Because every time I take an edible, I go on stage. Each story could be its own thing if we really get into it. If the crowd's really feeling a story, let's dig deeper into this story. One story could be 35, 40 minutes. It's just the way.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not good, Tom. I'm not a good stand-up comedian. I'm not good at the craft. I just go up there and talk, Tom.
Do you really do it with edibles?
Yeah, for sure. There was this one, it was at IU. I've told the story a couple of times where it was the fourth stop. I did a 4-day tour. It was the first time I ever did comedy 4 nights in a row. And it was the last stop. It was at IU in Bloomington. It was in this beautiful theater. Nick, that was that was a beautiful theater down there.
It was amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. Way too nice. We should not have been in there.
No, not a chance.
So we do the whole thing. It's my group of friends and I traveling around Indiana. And I take there's 2 edibles left in my package for the delivery, and I eat one, and I noticed that it was a little stale. It wasn't hitting me as quick as the others did. I was like, oh, this is an old one. So I took another one in me. You know what I mean? Like the classic mistake of edibles. I get 7 to 10 minutes into that show, and I just go and I look off stage to my friends, and I was like, oh no. Like I just got hit with I think it was 60. I think it was 60 hit me right in the face while I'm standing in front of that crowd. And I literally at one moment just looked out at the crowd and I was like, these people have no idea how close they are to a full freak out right now. They have no idea, Tom. I almost lost it up there.
I took one Friday night after my show, which was also a mistake because what I ended up doing was stand up in my hotel room to myself. 3 hours.
Did you kill?
Did you crush?
Well, I was laughing so hard at myself and I was convinced that the next day I would blow everyone's mind at my breakthrough, at the new thing.
Yeah, you thought you were woke all of a sudden.
I managed to write some of it down and record some of it. And then I actually, the next day I remember it and I do it and it got the most mediocre laugh.
That's not good though. So,
No, of course not.
Well, you as an audience member now, you know that you can't, you're not a good audience member for yourself. You just found out that what you thought was hilarious, the crowd thought was mediocre. Todd McComas says he's stand-up comedian, owner of Morty's Comedy here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think he has a question.
Hey, Tom, I think it's interesting that you said that first Netflix special was a consolation prize because I feel like we all view you as the guy who showed people, hey, Netflix is the way, because I feel like you got the biggest bump from that Netflix special than anybody ever has from their special. Because when you came to Morty's, you were selling out. Well, we have booked you because we liked you on Joe Rogan, we liked your podcast, but a majority of the crowd were like, we discovered this guy through his Netflix special. Do you feel like that was responsible from that quick jump from clubs to theaters, or was it more, is that a wrong perception? Was it more about the podcast and those things?
Oh, no, you're 100% right. I mean, Netflix gave me a huge bump and a huge platform to do it on. It just happened to be that the first one came out as they were transitioning from pretty sizable, they were still a little smaller than HBO and that was their size then. So it was a place to be. It wasn't shameful to be there. It's just now they are mammoth, they are just, and they have so much content. It was a little bit less to compete with back then too. Now they do specials. I don't know. There's probably one coming out every week or something. And back then it was spread out a little more, but it definitely gave me the craziest bump. And so did, I was so surprised by it, but Pandora, people come up to me all the time and I'm like, oh, the special or the podcast? And they're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I listen to Pandora all day. I'm like,
oh,
okay.
Nice. That's awesome.
Tom, who's your biggest inspiration in comedy?
It's a good question. I mean, besides my mom, it would probably be, I don't know, man. I still think I'm a big Eddie Murphy fan. Robin Harris. When I first started, the first comic who blew up right before I started stand-up was Chris Rock. So I would say he was the main guy. And then after I started, it was Dave Attell in that Skanks for the Memories album.
Yeah. What a miserable guy on stage.
I love it.
It is hilarious. I went and watched him live here in Indianapolis one time. He was leaning on the wall, miserable, just yelling at the audience, basically. And it was hysterical.
It's hysterical. He's the fucking funniest human being. So, I mean, I was hugely inspired by him, especially when you're like year 2 into stand up, you don't know like who you are. So I looked at him and I was like, he kind of looks like me. I go, I'll just dress like him. I would wear the exact jacket and hat that he wore, and I would just I would go places and just pretend I'm David Tell.
I got insomnia.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, before I let you go here, favorite joke you've ever told?
Favorite joke I've ever told?
No, you have told. Like, favorite joke at all your specials, like, what is your favorite? Like, I have one story that I absolutely love telling. You know what I mean? There's like, I have this story where I bounce around. I feel like it's a good setup. It has a lot of things in it. It's basically, I cannot wait to tell it on a stage. It's Troy Polamalu stealing a touchdown from me because there's so many little intricate pieces to it. I'm going to be telling it on a stage this summer. I cannot wait to tell that. Like, what is the story or joke that you tell that you're like, I cannot wait to deliver this to the audience, if that makes sense?
Oh, I mean, I would say from different specials, it was different ones. You know, like from the first special, I have a bit about the show, the first 48, and I always had fun telling that story about how ridiculous that show is with like how they only investigate murders for 2 days and then they basically quit. And like how the announcer on that show would always say like the nicknames, like the street names of the suspects very sincerely. And so it would make it comedic because it's this super serious, horrible thing. But then he'd be like, and the police are looking for dookie shoes and little stanks. And then in mostly stories, I feel like that one, I like telling that joke about the key to a man's heart is through his taint, you know?
By the way, you can say that in a PG show, I've learned. I've been digging into this because I'm going to be on the WWE Network. There are some words you can't say. Taint is a word you can say, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's a great word.
Oh, that is a great word, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That is the devil's driveway, as I like to say.
All right,
Yeah,
Tom.
those are two of my favorites. Yeah.
Hey, Tom, I appreciate you so much for joining us, man. We got to get to a commercial break and make some money.
Yeah, thank you guys very much, man.
Well, I hope you have a good one. If you ever come back through Indianapolis, please let us know. And I can't wait to see you, man. You're the best.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Tom Segura, good guy. Follow him on the internet. What is it? At Tom Segura, Segura. Tom spelled like Tom.
Can we mention Mornings of the Dark this Thursday?
Sure, man. Why don't you go ahead and mention it?
This Thursday, join us at Morty's Comedy Joint
in Indianapolis, Indiana. Who is us, Sean?
Us will be a lineup of special guests with me hosting, Pat, and a live band. You never know who's going to stop in.
What's it called?
It's called Mornings After Dark with your host, Sean Latham, this Thursday, 8 p.m.
It's a variety show of sorts.
Yes, it is exactly that. Think of the Tonight Show, but think just way less talented. Tickets available at mortyscomedy.com.
You go check out Morty's After Dark with Sean on Thursday. You guarantee yourself a night of pleasure with the lady afterwards.
Yep.
And when you're doing it, you should be doing it on a good bed.
A good bed.
Not just, you know what? A great bed. Not just a good bed, a great bed. Is your bed not up to the task for the work that you want to put in? Whether it's sleeping or fornicating, the upgrade can show up right at your doorstep. No one wants to spend hours visiting those awkward showrooms where you're forced to spend thousands of dollars on a subpar mattress. Lisa has changed the game so you can now enjoy the comfort of a luxury mattress at a fraction of the price. The Lisa mattress starts at just $525. It is quickly and conveniently ordered online, made to order, and shipped compressed in a box to your door within days. Unboxing the mattress is half the fun.
So fun.
Ty, didn't you do this?
I sure did.
How long did it take you?
45 seconds, maybe.
Are you kidding
Whoa,
me?
that's faster than a Tesla, Pat.
It is.
It is.
It depends how far if it's an inch, the Tesla probably wins. It depends on the length of the but it's still fast.
0 to something faster, I'll tell you that, Pat.
It's fast. Not so sure about ordering online, you say? Lisa provides a 100-night risk-free trial along with free shipping so that you can properly try out the mattress in the comfort of your own home. So what makes this mattress different, you ask? At Lisa, it's all about the quality. The incredibly comfortable Lisa mattress is 100% 100% American made and comprised of 3 high-quality foam layers that provide cooling, contouring, and pressure relief.
Hello.
CCP, man.
I'm sold on this, Pat.
I'm all about that CCP when I go to sleep. Cooling and contouring pressure relief. Cooling and contouring pressure relief. Cooling and contouring pressure relief. Cooling and contouring and pressure relief.
Cooling, contouring, and pressure relief.
CCP, with over 10,000 5-star customer reviews, you can trust that this mattress is the right pick. Go to leesa.com/barstool today to receive an exclusive $100 off the Lisa mattress just for you, Stoolies. Well, that's the show for today. So thankful for you listening. And we'll be back with another podcast on Thursday. Heartland Radio Podcast is mañana. We'll be on Sirius 10 a.m. to 1 mañana. I hope you had an incredible Tuesday. Thanks for listening to us chat. From at Viva Lazita, at Tactical Diggs, at Nick Morado, at Sean Latham, at Ty Schmidt, and at Evan Foxy. This has been the Pat McAfee Show live from Indianapolis, Indiana. #Endgang, #Endgame. Send another wrestling thing. It's WrestleMania week. It's a big week. This is a big week. And Rip Rogers Wrestling School that you got a chance to listen to today, what a magical conversation that was. What a wild animal that human is, by the way. He turns it on and off. You never know what's on.
Guy's got some snabits on him.
He got a lot of snabits on him, doesn't he? Learned so many words there. Unbelievable. #Endgang, #Endgame. Tag at NXT. And just put any wrestling thing you'd like in there. And you could potentially win a McAfee Centaur shirt, which Ty Schmidt has been picking winners. One-of-a-kind, exclusive stuff. McAfeeBlockParty.com up and running. Go ahead and get that thing pre-ordered so Tim McAfee can live the dream of giving other people the dream of an electric moment at a family and friends gathering.
McAfeeBlockParty.com, McAfeeBlockParty.com, McAfeeBlockParty.com.
Nailed it. Other than that, let's get out of here. See you guys tomorrow and Thursday. You're the best. Cheers. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen,